Welcome to new video of Bachelor and Master English. Today's video is related to a discussion of the poem The New Year or Naya Barsha by Parijat. This poem was translated by Padma Devkota into English from Nepali version of Parijat's poem. So, in today's discussion, I will be talking about the summary of the poem in English and Nepali, 4 level of interpretation plus discussion of the poem, and I hope you will accompany me till the end of this video. Before I begin my lesson, I would like to request you, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel and let others know that this channel focuses on the studies of language and literature, especially the courses offered in bachelor and master level plus +2 level. I hope you will be benefited with my videos, and especially I am concerned with the discussion, textual plus interpretative and analytical discussion will be there, and that will be really worthy of discussion, worthy of studies, worthy of listening and watching for the new students. Okay, so here you have the poet Parijat and the translator Padma Devkota. Padma Devkota is the son of Lakshmi Prasad Devkota, the great poet of Nepali literature, and Padma Devkota taught at Tribhuvan University as a professor of English, and he has been involved in different activities, especially literary activities, contributing a lot in the field of language teaching, and especially literature and language teaching here. And let's see the summary of the poem in English. New Year is a popular poem by Nepali poet Parijat. It juxtaposes the expected freshness of a new year with the experienced reality of the same old living conditions. This then leads the poet to rebel against the harsh reality with at least a desire to undo it and to create something better. The purpose of the poem lies in its reversal of expected response, which shocks us with its impact. Simply, the arrival of the new year does not change anything, especially people's daily routine. So you can pre-assume that a new year day has arrived by seeing the nightingale flying here and there, and birds of flowers. The poet shows her contrast in thinking by using a conjunction but, that's in the 3rd stanza. And she says the mason wasps returning to their nest lazily. No changes has occurred. Their nest is in the dark and dirty ceiling of her house. The arrival of the new year should have brought new thing, but the mind is busy in the same old dreams. The poem presents the reversal of expected response that shocks readers. In the first part of the poem, the speaker realizes the arrival of the new year, seeing the wind that chases march away and the sun that climbs up the hill. The speaker supposes the arrival of the new day, seeing the nightingale flying back and forth and seeing the birds of the rural rush. This short poem divided in 2 parts, where 2 things that are expected to be changed and things remaining in the same fashion, and then these are contrasted. So, this is the overall summary of the poem. Let me tell you the summary in Nepali. नेपालीमा यो कविता रचना गरिएको हो पारिजातद्वारा। विष्णु कुमारी वाइबा, जुन नेपाली साहित्यका चर्चित महिला हस्ताक्षरको रूपमा उहाँलाई चिनिन्छ, उहाँद्वारा रचित यो पद्म देवकोटाद्वारा अनुदित नयाँ वर्ष भन्ने कविताले अब यहाँ चाहिँ वर्षैपछि नयाँ वर्ष त आउँछ, समय 12 महिनापछि नयाँ वर्ष आउँछ, तर त्यो नयाँ वर्षले केही नयाँपन ल्याउँछ भन्ने चाहिँ सोचना कविमा हुन्छ, तर चाहिँ नयाँपन नदेख्दाखेरि उनलाई चाहिँ फेरि के हुन्छ त भन्दाखेरि यो नयाँ वर्ष भन्ने मात्र चाहिँ यसले केही परिवर्तन ल्याउँदो रहेछ भनेर एउटा त्यो प्रति विद्रोहको भावना चाहिँ आएको हुन्छ। जब चैत महिनालाई पछ्याइरहेको हावालाई देखेर र माथि चढ्दै गरेको, माथि पहाड चढ्दै गरेको सूर्य देखेर कविले नयाँ वर्षको आगमनको महसुस गरेकी छिन्। जब नाइटिङ्गेलहरू यताउता गर्न थाल्छन् र फलफुलमा कोपिलाहरू लाग्दछन्, उनले पूर्वानुमान गर्न सक्छिन् त्यो नयाँ दिन आयो भनेर। तर जसरी बारुलाहरू थकित भएर कविको घरको कालो छतमा भएको गुणमा फर्किन्छन्, उनी आफ्ना पुराना सपनाहरू अर्थात् थातिरहेका कामहरू सम्झिन्छन्। त्यो देखेर उनलाई पुरा प्रकृतिलाई नै पुनः चित्रमा उतारु चाहिँ लाग्छ। नयाँ वर्ष कविता 3 पंक्तिमा लेखिएको छ। पहिलो 2वटा पंक्तिमा नयाँ वर्षको आगमनले ल्याउने परिवर्तनलाई देखाइएको छ भने अन्तिम पंक्तिमा नयाँ वर्षको आगमनले पनि नछोएको यथास्थितिलाई देखाइएको छ। यस कवितामा पारिजातले नयाँ वर्षको अपेक्षित स्वच्छपनलाई उस्तै पुरानो जीवनशैलीको तीतो वास्तविकताको अनुभवसँग तुलना गरेकी छन् र भिन्नता देखाएकी छन्। यसले कविलाई तीतो वास्तविकता विरुद्ध विद्रोह गर्न पनि प्रेरित गरेको छ। कवि समयको चक्रसँगै परिवर्तनको अपेक्षा गर्छिन्, परन्तु अपेक्षाकृत केही कुरा पनि नहुँदा उनलाई दुखी बनाउँछ। आखिर नयाँ वर्षले नयाँपन ल्याउनु पर्ने, केही पनि नयाँपन नल्याउँदा उही पुराना कुराहरू यथावत रहँदा एउटा घरमा भित्तामा चाहिँ एउटा झुन्ड्याउने क्यालेन्डर मात्र फेरिँदा, नयाँ वर्षमा केही नयाँपन नदेखिँदा कविमा एउटा दुखीपन आएको एउटा भाव कविले यो कविता मार्फत पेश गरेकी छन्। वास्तवमा यो एउटा प्रतीकात्मक कविताको रूपमा पनि हामीले लिन सक्छौँ। मान्छेले चाहिँ नयाँ शासन आयो, नयाँ शासन आएपछि के नै हुन्छ भन्यो, फेरि यता उही नेताहरूको उही ताला उही माला सबै चाहिँ उही भ्रष्टाचारमा चाहिँ जाकिँदै जाँदा देश कहाँ जाला भने यस्तो अवस्थामा अब कविले नयाँ के को नयाँ त कार्यशैलीमा नयाँपन हुनु पर्यो, अनुभवमा नयाँपन हुनु पर्यो, अब प्रयोगमा नयाँपन हुनु पर्यो, सबै कुरामा नयाँपन हुनु पर्यो। तर चाहिँ नयाँ वर्ष भन्दैमा नयाँ वर्षको चाहिँ नयाँ दिन चाहिँ आयो भन्दैमा नयाँ वर्ष आयो भन्ने कुरा सोच्नु व्यर्थ हुन्छ। त्यस कारणले यो 3 पंक्तिमा लेखिएको यो जुन कवितामा जुन कविले नयाँ वर्षको आगमनले नछोएको यथास्थितिलाई जुन देखाउन खोजेकी छन्, यो वास्तवमा हामीले परिवर्तन खोज्ने, परिवर्तनकामी मान्छेहरूको लागि, परिवर्तनको चाहिँ एउटा स्वाद चाख्न खोज्ने मानिसहरूको लागि वास्तवमा परिवर्तन व्यवहारिक रूपमा ल्याउनु पर्छ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ देखाइएको छ। खास कुरा यो नै हो। अब यो कविताको चर्चा हामीले चाहिँ 4 लेभल अफ रिडिङ भन्दा पहिला म चाहिँ यसको एनालिसिसको बारेमा चर्चा गर्छु। ओके, लेट्स टक अबाउट द एनालिसिस अफ द पोएम। एन्ड when the speaker in the first stanza sees the wind that chases Mars away and the sun climbing up the hill, she knows that another day of New Year has arrived in her courtyard. The last 6 lines or second part of the poem begins with hammering conjunction but. In this part, the poet's response to the New Year deviates from the normal expectation of the first part of the poem. Here the speaker presents the reversal of the expected response of the first part of the poem. The speaker in the second part of the poem doesn't observe and enjoy the new year as she finds no newness that delights her heart. She presents the tone of the dissatisfaction for embracing the experienced reality of the same old living conditions. Let's go with the 4 levels of reading with the text. First of all, literal comprehension. This poem is composed by Parijat. Here the speaker sees the wind that chases Mars away and the sun which climbs up the hill. She realizes the arrival of the new year. She can presume that a new year day has arrived by seeing the nightingale flying here and there and the birds of flowers ready to be blooming soon. The third stanza begins with but it shows the contrast in the poet's thinking. When the new year comes, we expect some new thing, but the poet again describes the same old thing. She sees the mason wasps returning lazily to their same old nest, which is in the dark and dirty ceiling of her house. The arrival of the new year should have brought new thing, but the mind is busy in the same old dreams. Seeing this, she feels to faint the nature afresh. This is literal comprehension. Now, interpretation. The poem brings reversal in expectation of the reader. The poem consists of 12 lines. The first 6 lines describe the changes brought by the arrival of the new year. Then the 7th line begins the contrast, but the poem does not include any contrast, rather it describes the same old workings. The last 2 lines show the poet's desire to rebel against nature. This is all about interpretation, the second level of reading, and the third level of reading here is critical reading, critical thinking. The poem teaches a lesson that life without changes has no value. All the routine works are meaningless if there is no change. The poet enjoys the arrival of the new year, but soon she remembers all her works. But all her regrets are meaningless, because arrival of the new year does not guarantee the changes and freshness in life. And this is all about the third level of reading, that is critical thinking. And the last level of reading, which is assimilation. I find the speaker pessimistic towards life. We should have patience and we should wait until changes come. We should deviate from our work and determination. If there is no change after our work and determination, we should understand that our work is not sufficient to bring change in the life. So, all works do not yield fruits. So, we have to attempt, we have to make attempts to perfect our work, and we should be devoted to perform well. Our devotion, patience, penance and determination then be fulfilled. Then the day will come, the day when you are expecting the change, when we are expecting the change, and the day of full change, and that will delight us, that will make us quite excited and joyful, delighted. So, if there is no change, we should be determined to make change at any cost. So, it may not be sufficient, but we should make it sufficient by working and working. We should take lessons from our past, and we should be positive. We should be optimistic rather than pessimistic. So, this is all about the discussion with Parijat's poem New Year. In Nepali language, it was composed as Naya Barsha. Professor Padma Devkota translated this Nepali poem into English. This poem has been included in bachelor level course of Nepal. So, how was my discussion? And I am sure you got the points, especially the changes that poet was expecting, and the nothing was in hand. That was that the poet tried to bring the change. So, that's the end of my discussion here. If you have anything to share, please put your comment in my comment box, and I should be thankful for you for your patience, and I will be coming with another discussion of another lesson. And till then, goodbye, have a nice day.